More than 200,000 people now call Sioux Falls home, and with more people comes more crime and more calls to 911.
Depending on the call, it could take longer for police to respond. In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, Lauren Solich looks at how the growing population is impacting response times and the way technology can help you report a problem.
Sergeant Cody Schultz has been with the Sioux Falls Police Department for 15 years, and each of those years, officers have steadily become busier.
I've worked the majority of the afternoon shift and/or the night shift, where it's always been busy, but as time has gone on and the city has grown, there's obviously more activity, more traffic, which leads to an increase in calls.
Last year, the SFPD received around 128,000 calls for service. And while officers tried to respond to each incident as quickly as possible, non-emergency calls can take a little longer.
At any particular moment, every officer in town could be working on a call, and there's some lower priority calls that simply are late reports, private property accidents, just things that don't require immediate police attention. And sometimes those go into a spot where they have to hold for a while until officers can respond to them.
Toom says this is expected to happen as more people move into Sioux Falls.
As we grow as a city and our streets grow and our expanse grows, it just requires more and more officers to try to meet those calls and meet those needs, and we'll keep trying to grow along with the city.
But the Sioux Falls Police Department isn't immune to the labor shortage many industries are facing.
So we're being very intentional and very focused on how we recruit the best and brightest and get them through our training and get them out serving the public.
That being said, Toom says 13 new recruits were just welcomed to the force.
We are currently one below our authorized strength of 284 officers.
It's not always possible for each officer to be on their own call, though.
Sometimes you look at, for examples, when we have major snow events or particularly busy evenings, some of these items are going to stack up a little bit. And we've had in the past where there's simply more accidents than we can respond to.
Manpower is a solution, but we also want to look outside of that too and just know how to better triage calls, how to have more of a quality of dealing with calls rather than just throwing officers at it as well. We'll always take more officers. I think that's agreed across all levels, but we just need to know how to function if we don't have the officers as well.
Toom says the public can help with the heavy call load by reporting non-emergency incidents online.
We'll contact you for more information if you feel that maybe you don't know how to fill this out or you need more information. If you at least get the ball rolling on that, we can follow up with you easier and contact you and get a detective assigned that case so they can start looking at it.
The types of incidents you can report online include harassing phone calls, theft, vandalism, graffiti, and illegal dumping.
As we grow as a city, we find ways to be more efficient. Technology helps us do that sometimes. So we have to take a hold of those opportunities through technology to be more efficient.
No matter how you make a report or what the incident is, though, an officer will be there to help as soon as they can.
So there's a lot of different things that come into play that can sometimes cause a greater response time, and you just have to be patient. We try our best, we get there, and we'll take care of it to the best of our ability when we get there.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Lauren Solich.
Last year, the police department received over 3,000 online reports. This year, they've already had more than 400.